All right, well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our presentation this evening on the amazing Solex AO scanner. My name is Beck McQuilty. I'm a neurolinguistic kinesiologist and psychic counsellor living on the southwest side of Brisbane with my beautiful daughter Addison, who is 9, and my husband Ryan. I've been involved with Solex now for just over 12 months and absolutely loving this technology. When I first came across it, I had been offered other devices previous that really just didn't resonate with me, and working so much with energy and frequency. I guess the feeling is you just have to make it, know that it feels right or doesn't feel right. And when I saw this AO scanner, I knew that it was something that was really magical, and I worked to assist in bringing it here to Australia so that we now have the opportunity to bring a wellness centre into the palm of our hands and the hands of our family and fellow practitioners. Tonight I am teamed here with my beautiful friend Katie Jane Hill, who is a frequency nurse from over in WA. Hey KJ.
Hey everyone, nice to see you all.
Lovely to see you too. Well, I'll let you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, even though I've just told them all where you're from and what you do, but you go for it.
Here I am. You've given my story away. No, welcome
I
everybody.
have.
Katie Jane Hill over here in WA. So it's bright light for me at 5 o'clock. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on, Bex, tonight, and also introducing me to this in the palm of your hand wellness. And that's what I love about what we've named this, because that's exactly what it is. So yes, I've been a registered nurse since I was 18. I'm 55 this year, and I worked a lot with children with cancer in Australia, but I got my head turned into a natural space, and when this was introduced to me, I just had to take a look. So I'm very, very passionate about keeping people well, being able to look into their bodies. And what I love about bioresonance and I love about this scanner is it's the body finally being able to speak to us from a frequency perspective. So let's get on with it, Bex. We want to just show you what's possible with this scanner and this subscription and everything in between, and yeah, get you excited.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So here's a bit of a little background. So you can see a beautiful picture here of the man when he was in a younger day who brought this into the palms of our hand, Lauren Swenson. So the original AO scan was actually previously 38,000. So you can see this machine here with Lauren proudly standing by it that was used in holistic health centers all over the world. The technology that's used in this machine, and Lauren went off searching for it with his story, and his story is amazing. So whoever shared you, please go and ask them to send you the video of why this man brought this to the palm of our hands, because it's an incredible story of helping his son with cerebral palsy. But he went around Russia and Germany and looking at scientists, and they discovered back then in 1980 that there's 120,000 frequencies in the human body. Can you believe that? And they're represented in an optimal state of health. So when we look at our organs and our systems, then they all have their own specific frequency. And that's what we have with these scanners, is we have the frequencies that are healthy in those systems. In the beginning, the AO was primarily used to help astronauts. So it's been around for the last 20 years, and it's just been released now to the public. And that's why we're here to show you what's possible.
And what an incredible opportunity, KJ, to have this device available to us. 38,000 USD is such a huge amount of money, even for, a fully fledged wellness center, let alone someone who's wanting to be able to, have access to this at their home for their family. So let's talk a little bit about the scalar wave technology. So the AO scan uses scalar wave technology, which is a completely safe form of wavelength energy that does not have any electrical or magnetic components to it. Scalar waves are studied exclusively by Nikola Tesla and are a lossless energy, meaning that they do not change, deteriorate, or alter when sent across a distance or substance. They can carry any frequency that is programmed into them and be sent anywhere in the universe instantaneously, because they travel faster than the speed of light, which just absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah, and look at, when we talk about sending frequencies like we do remotely, this is exactly the explanation in a really simple term how it works.
Absolutely.
Okay, because it's a speed of light. It's like lots of things, like a phone finds a phone with a number. It's all frequency and energy. So we have that in our system and in our devices, and it goes way back with Nikola Tesla. And as you can see here, he said all those years ago, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration.
Incredible. And I mean, many of you might know about Rife technology as well. Dr. Royal Rife in 1934, he helped 16 cancer patients become cancer-free using his beam ray technology frequencies. The AO contains Rife frequencies as well. The ultimate goal is for everyone to be able to have access to this device to scan their bodies, know the status of their overall wellness at any time, and to use this scanner as an educational tool to improve their health and to help others do the same. And, for me, Kate, and I know you've had many experiences as well, but to have this technology in the palm of my hand, when my daughter had an accident on the trampoline and hurt her arm, and I scanned her arm, what came up and flagged really badly was her elbow. And when I took her to the hospital, they said, they did the x-rays, her arm's not broken. And I said, did you actually scan her elbow? And they said, no, because her pain was referring down near her wrist. I said, I really need you to scan her elbow because I feel like that's where she's done some damage. And when they scanned it, sure enough, her elbow was broken. Now, had I have not had the ability to do scans myself for her, we would have gone home and she would have lived goodness knows how long with a broken elbow, not knowing any different except for continued pain and permanent damage, most likely.
Yeah, and look, that happened with me, Bex, as well. So I've got a 9-year-old daughter, and she came home from school, same. And it wasn't terribly swollen, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to scan it anyway. So I did, and it came up with all the reds that we know were showing problems in the area. I took her in. They didn't want an x-ray, but I said, please do. And it was an unusual break. And when the doctor went to put the cast on, he actually said, this is very rare for someone to actually find this fracture until it's too late. And I said, well, I had a tool and a device, and he kind of looked at me strangely when I said I had a bioresonance frequency scanner and I picked it up. He was a bit floored, because this is old technology, but it's very new technology for us to understand that we now have the capacity and the ability to use this just to scan ourselves, to scan our family, to scan our pets even, to be able to see. And look, he did help those cancer patients, but we're not saying here that we're treating or curing diseases, but he did use that beam ray technology to put the frequencies in to help people. So anything is possible, right? We just got to just give it a go.
Yep.
And again, Albert Einstein, I mean, we all love Albert Einstein, didn't we? He absolutely was right. And this is what you can imagine my journey with medicine, to hear and believe and trust that now the future medicine, I really believe, is the future of frequencies, the medicine of frequencies. He stated everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. And, even when I talk a lot now about, matching that frequency to what we want using our words, this is a very similar thing. It's all connected. It's all physics. And, when we start to understand it and practice with it, then, your belief system goes up and up.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that so much. I should put that on my mirror. And everything is energy. I love this. So every cell and organ in the body has their own distinctive vibrational frequency. Is when these frequencies are disrupted, whether it be by injury, diet, stress, or emotion, it results in a disruption that is often so profound that we can carry the scars for life. When it's not addressed, this can bring about fatigue, depression, illness, dis-ease in the body, and even death. Over the past 20 years, these vibrational frequencies have been isolated, identified, and catalogued, and we have them.
We have them in our big library. And that's what we have. We are able to look at those frequencies, compare them to yours, and see where things are going a little bit amiss and try and help you understand how you can address them. And we can address them with some frequencies, but we can also address them with some advice. And that's why we like to call it, a health tool in your hand to show you, what's going on. And look, my history of where I've come from, this is like one of the most important things to me, because using the scan, we can see the root causes and start connecting those dots. And, I feel like I'm a little investigator sometimes along this scanner, because I see something in one scan and it relates to one of the other scans. And you can see here we have symptoms, right? And we think that they're coming from certain things, but they're not necessarily. We have a lot of people with sleep problems. We have a lot of energy and problems, people tired. We have anxieties and pains, right? But dig deeper and you can start to see where they come from. And trust me that the emotional factor is massive. As a trained nurse, nobody ever talked to me about how do you feel? What is it in you that is causing you, emotional harm? Because that spills into the physical body. And we are able to say with this device, what does your emotions look like and how do they relate? So you can really dig deep, and it's like peeling an onion of, where we can look in your life to sort that out to help the symptoms. So, I can't express to you how important this is to get down to, what's causing it and help you all.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So introducing to you our amazing AOScan mobile device. So the AOScan is a biofeedback device, an educational tool to check your body at any time of the day. It restores balance in the body, mind, and spirit. It's affordable, which is the most important thing as well, because it could be all of these amazing things that we're telling you, but if it's not affordable, that's not going to help many people. And that's why Lauren Swenson was very, very determined to be able to bring this into a handheld, easy to use device that has constant learning and growth with it, that is affordable for you. So it is an affordable handheld device that can scan, optimize, and harmonize your entire body multiple times a day.
And that's exactly it. Consistency is key, right, Bex?
Yeah.
So let's have a look. And I call this the anchoring part of our whole device, because
yeah, you love it.
It's very one of the special things that a lot of the other bioresidents haven't got, and it's the inner voice scan. And some of you on this call today would have experienced the magic of the inner voice scan. And so what does it do? So it isolates and analyzes over 8,000, I think even more now, frequencies across the 12 notes, because Lauren is consistently finding new frequencies and adding them. And it's in your vocal tone and your pitch. So, there's no hiding. You can't change your voice to have a different result. It just comes out. It identifies the emotional imbalances that I was talking about, and then it creates these beautiful tunes to listen to that have the frequency underneath it embedded in it. We don't want to listen to the frequencies because they're quite gnarly, but what they've managed to do is bring these beautiful tunes to us that we can listen to help us balance out our emotions. It uses the same software as a lie detector to be able to obtain these results, and honestly, the results quite are staggering on a daily basis, what shows up consistently, accurately for me and for the people that I scan. The generated frequency sound healing harmonics are 100% custom to you in the moment that you scan. And that's what I love as well, is this is a tool that is for, is to identify what's going on for you. Yeah. And here it is. Here's one. So do you want to talk about this? This is what a report looks like, everybody.
Yeah, so once you've actually done the scan, it will come up with the top 4 emotions that are out of balance for you that it will be addressing. So if you see here, this one that has come up at one end of the scale is self-critical, at the other end of the scale is self-accepting. And so you can imagine that they're in between those two things, there is an imbalance. So generally speaking, it will be an imbalance further down to the negative end, of course. And what we're wanting to do by listening to those beautiful balancing harmonics and also incorporating the color therapy, which we'll talk about in a moment, it's going to balance that out more to the positive. So, when you look at self-critical versus self-accepting, it tells you the negative and it tells you the positive. So you can read through those. Not all of them necessarily will always resonate, but you will generally find many of them do. Then it will tell you some imbalances and suggestions of what you can do to assist yourself in balancing. So over on the right-hand side, you'll see here, lymphatic system, increase hydration, get adequate exercise, increase trace minerals, respiratory system, avoid pollutants, consider chiropractic adjustment, et cetera, et cetera. But then it also talks about emotions that could be quite prevalent to what's going on with what's happening emotionally in your body, like hardness, frustration, self-destruction, and then some potential other causes as well, whether it be food sensitivities, it could be something physical, it could be viral, it could be anything. So of what's going on in the body. Now, on the left-hand side where you see that human body as well, it will actually highlight for you where in the body that would physically be affecting you. And I know for myself, the amount of times I've been doing scans and, even through all 4 reports, it'll be very similar as we go on as to what physical part of the body is coming up, which, as you were saying before, Katie, it's like almost like putting pieces of a puzzle together because, first and foremost, yes, we have the emotional side, and that's what we always start with. But then all of a sudden you move into vitals and you start to see very similar story coming through. Then the comprehensive, which is like your more physical and musculoskeletal. And it's really about putting pieces of a puzzle together that, without this, many people can't do. And to be able to physically see it, it's life-changing to know finally what's going on in the body. So when we talk about supportive color, now these glasses are available. They're interchangeable lenses that you can wear whilst, listening to your balancing harmonics, or you can actually wear the color as a supportive color, or you could be looking at the color whilst you're listening to your balancing harmonics as well.
Yeah, I sometimes just wear the yellow ones around the house because the yellow is for self-love and self-confidence, one of my limiting beliefs. And that comes up. And on the days that it comes up, boom, I just put the yellow glasses on.
Yeah.
And also these suggestions over here, again, it's like looking at them and seeing, well, what keeps showing up for me is chiropractic adjustments. I've never seen a chiro and it keeps coming up. So now I need to actually address that. I do feel a little bit out of alignment in my body.
Yeah.
And so, it's pointing us in a direction. It's not just about what we're doing. It's actually what else can you do in your life, to show up as your best version.
Absolutely.
Feel your best, and everything in between. So that's the first one, the anchoring, I call it. Now the second one is called the vital scan, and it scans the blood biology, and it's in over 800 items. If you went to your doctor, let me tell you, there aren't 800 items that go into a blood test. Wow. So it scans the blood in less than 3 minutes, and it's an equivalent of getting hundreds of dollars worth of blood work. It identifies energetic imbalances, like your chakras and your meridians. It does toxins, hormones, macro minerals, molds, everything, bacteria. We see the parasites coming in and out. We can see food allergies, so it will tell me what foods not to eat for the day, and heavy metals, and so much more in between. So it's pretty intense, but it's just, you just have to scan and have a look and optimize and know that it's doing you good, and take note of anything that keeps showing up, right? Scans, and then it sends those balancing frequencies to guide the body towards that homeostasis that we want. And it shows results based on whether the frequencies were in and out of range. Now, if they weren't, if they were out of range and the frequencies couldn't help, we then have to go, okay, well, what do we do? How long is that going to, consistently show up? Do I need to go and see someone? And so it's pointing you in a direction of other modalities and other places that we can go if we can't. Like, for instance, coenzyme Q10 kept showing up for me when I first started scanning every single time I saw it. And so I thought best I start taking it. And so now I take coenzyme Q10, and when I stop and I run out, it tells me again. And we'll talk about the supplement library soon, but it's pretty incredible what you're going to hear about that too.
I love the this report because it's just so easy to read once you understand it. So on the right-hand side in gray, this is the first scan that runs through your body to see exactly the frequency of where everything actually is without changing anything. So as Kate was saying before, green means it's in alignment and red means it's out of alignment. And so then what the device will do is optimize those frequencies to work to bring those frequencies into homeostasis. Now, can it do that all of the time with every red that's on that right-hand side? Not necessarily. And that's where Kate's talking about, that's something that, you know, just keep an eye on. Like, you know, for example, if cow's milk is a red for me, and then it maintained to be a red over and over and over, then it means that I probably should remove cow's milk out of my diet for a while. But the great thing is to know is that even if you weren't to look at these results, and, you know, I do an easy scan every day, which is a combination of all of these. And I don't always look at them, but I do know that what it's doing is working to bring my body into homeostasis, which is amazing.
And that's what we want, right? And not only does it help all the people in the house, but it also helps our beautiful fur babies. And I don't know about you guys, but I've got 2 dogs and 3 cats. And you can see here, we can actually scan our animals, and look at the little doggy. He's got his little chakras, and even the tail and the paws, and it will give you like an example of what could be happening. And I've got a cavoodle, and quite often he's the one with the heart chakra that's out, because he's very emotional. And I'm able to see on the days where he is, and I can send him some frequencies, or listen. He can even listen to some music that it picks for our animals by his bed, that calms him down. And I actually see Bex, sometimes his breathing start to calm. And so, you know,
that's so amazing.
Who doesn't want to see it? Like horses as well. Like, I know, Bex, do you want to talk about horses? Because I know you've scanned a whole lot of horses.
I've scanned a lot of horses, absolutely. And it's really incredible to see, because they do have many similar, you know, same chakras as, you know, humans and other animals, but of course they do have some different ones. And when you look at the meanings of, it doesn't just say, you know, the chakra is underactive or overactive. It actually gives the full explanation as to why and what could be going on for that animal. Like on the previous scan, I'm pretty sure that that one's one of my dog's Judge, and an underactive root chakra is all about sort of like insecurity and not feeling safe. And that's him, because he has very poor eyesight. And so for him, that's 100% true for him. And I'm constantly, you know, wanting to bring that back into balance for him so he feels better. But, you know, if we've been looking after a horse that's been very, very unwell recently, and it's great to be able to see physically what's going on in the body from a vitals and comprehensive perspective, but what he needs first and foremost, because of all the things that he's going through physically, is to be emotionally balanced. And that is how we do that with this scan, because we have all of their vitals for the pets. We have balancing harmonics, and how amazing it is. And so many of the equine owners that I work with, they play the balancing harmonics to their horses at feed time. And I don't think these horses have ever looked forward to feed time more than now. It's amazing.
Animals are so sensitive, right, to energy and frequency. We know that when somebody walks in and they say, you know, my dogs can tell someone who's not into dogs, right? They know that person's not a nice person sometimes. And when I was scanning a horse, just quickly to say, I was in a field in the middle of nowhere. I didn't have good internet, but I was under a tree, and a little family of ducks following a big duck heard the frequencies and started working up the paddock. And the horse lady was like, wow. And then as soon as they stopped the scanning, they walked away. So they could feel the frequency. And then the horse came, which was quite an aggressive horse, came and rested on me while I was playing the tune. So, you know, animals are just such amazing creatures to be able to help. And, you know, who doesn't want to help them? So let's move on to the comprehensive scan. Do you want to talk about that, Bex? Because it's like, I call it the mothership.
It is. It's really phenomenal. So very similar to an MRI or a CT scan, and even more effective, in fact, more accurate. Scans all of the physical components of the body, including arteries, veins, nerves, organs, lymphatic system, chromosome, spine, vertebrae, muscles, ligaments, glands, teeth, and much more. You can optimize the areas in your body by clicking a button to send the optimizing frequencies to shift those areas back to their optimal state. The results come on a 35-page report, so it's massive, to show you what was scanned, with a detailed list of each part of the anatomy and where it falls energetically on a scale from 1 to 9. So sort of around a 5 or a 4 to 6 is balanced and in harmony. And then as you work your way out of that scale, 1 to a 9 is quite critical. So that would be in red. So you can see here on this comprehensive report, and there's a couple of different ways of looking at this report. We're actually just giving you the physical photo aspect of this particular report, where you will see on the right-hand side those colored, you can't really read the buttons, but they're numbered 1 to 9. So if they are red, it means they were out of balance. And then on the left-hand side next to it, you'll see some of them have gone from red to yellow. So they're bringing it back into homeostasis, coming into green, bringing it back into homeostasis, whether it be an artery, a vein, a muscle. I love nothing more than someone coming to me and going, hey, I've got this going on with my body. No one seems to be able to figure out what it is. Could you have a look? We do run a scan for them, and I can physically show them on this report exactly the point that won't rectify. And 99.99, in fact, that's not even true. I couldn't even say it's 99%. 100% of the time, it's always accurate as to where their pain point is.
Absolutely. And this scan here, I'll tell you a quick story. It goes to your teeth, everyone. And when Bex did a scan on me before we even got this into the country, and because Bex is my beautiful friend and I trust and love her, I said yes to having a look, and she sent me that 35-page report without having a chat with me, which was a bit naughty. But I didn't look at it, honestly. I just listened to the beautiful tunes. They make me feel better. And, I was a little bit distrusting of the fact that she scanned me in Brisbane. Anyway, long short of the story is that I had to go to the dentist after 15 years. And it was a few weeks after, and I was a little bit miffed because I was spent the whole day there. And Bex said, hey, let's have a look at your scan. And she pulled up my scan, and I said, well, this is going to put you on the test. And she said, you got gingivitis in your incisors, they look inflamed, and your top right molar probably needs a filling. And I went, boom, how do I join, and can I get one of those scanners? Because I was absolutely shocked that I'd had an x-ray and gone through that, which is harm. Some of our x-ray is radioactive stuff, and didn't need to do that, right? Radiation. But anyway, I did, and it showed me, what was exactly right. So yeah. Quicker scan. So don't think you have to sit and do that every day, because you don't. There's this other body system scan. We won't go too much into it. We don't want to overwhelm you, but you can see here, it gives 13 systems of the body. And what I love about this is that it gives you, it looks into the reasons and the emotional reasons as well, why the systems might be out of place. And my experience with the body systems is that I see things come in and out before they even turn into a symptom, like an infection might show up, and I'll say, wow, this looks, it's consistent. And then boom, a few days later it comes in, and then it goes out. The program finds and optimizes the largest 65 trapped emotions, everyone, and it lists which body system they are stored in. You can see here, this is the digestive system. It's great because it'll give you an explanation if you want to know, but look at this. It will give you reasons why physically or vitally in your bloods what might be going on, and the causes, but it gives you this emotional causes. And my husband's kept coming up as stubborn, and he is a Taurian bull, and he's absolute, it was 100% right. And the other thing that it does is it gives you digestive ways to improve that. And again, he kept coming up as drink more water, hydrate, and get better sleep. He's got really poor apnea. And so it's just really good to be able to see and direct you in a way to show up the best you can. So let's get to the crutch of this as well, the powerhouse. Bex, do you want to talk about the Cephis? Because for me, the Cephis and the voice scan are the two king and queen of this scanner. So let's just quickly tell them about the Cephis.
I utilize this every single day. So this Cephi stands for Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter, and it really is the powerhouse with this device. As we say, I utilize this for myself, for my daughter, no matter what's going on. You can actually create playlists, which is amazing. And what it does is it broadcasts frequency to anyone around the world. You can also load your pets. You can load spaces into it as well, whether it be your bedroom, your office. your working space, whatever that looks like to you, which is incredible. You can imprint items such as sugar pellets, jewelry, subtle energy frequency dots, which are beautiful on the left and right of your screen there. That's what they are. They are little dots that you can place onto your body. They will hold frequency for 3 days, and you place them on specific acupressure points. You can imprint into juice, water. I know for myself, I imprint my homeopathics into my water every single day. There are thousands of subtle energy frequencies to choose from, including abundance, sleep well, anxiety, pain-free, self-confidence, sports enhancement, immune support. There are frequencies to help with physical things like cancer, diabetes, COVID. There are detoxes for Lyme's disease, heavy metals, viruses. We can also imprint frequencies for quantum bark flowers, chakras, homeopathic remedies, and so much more. And it does sound like a lot. And believe me, I love homeopathy. I don't know what homeopathy is for what, but I know it works. I've used it with my daughter and through a homeopath for many years. And now to be able to actually type in a symptom or a condition and have a homeopathy profile come up and imprint, that's absolutely priceless.
Yeah, and look, it is priceless. My daughter's 9. She scans herself in the morning. She loves to listen to her tunes. She looks and checks her chakras out, and she will imprint her water to go off on the day to school, whether that's, my heart chakra's a bit out, mummy, or I need some focus because I've got NAPLAN this today. She can choose and take control of what frequencies to put in, and she's 9. So that's how easy it is, everyone. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to work this out. Once you get in show, it's just like play, scan, optimize, put a frequency in and out the door. And that's what's great. And look, we've got this quick scan as well. So if you really haven't got 5 minutes in the morning to stop and scan and listen to your tunes, because honestly, that's all you need. We even have a run quick scan to identify, which supplements we need to take. As a nurse, I know that over supplementing and over giving of certain things can cause us harm. So we can put our supplements in, and it tells me every day what I need to take. We can jumpstart our day. We can send in energy boosting, quickly. Aura building allows you to energetically clear. Who needs to be shielded when they go to the shops? I do.
Everybody.
Or if I'm going somewhere where I know I'm going to be a little bit challenged by someone, I shield myself on the way out the door. And as in the evening, what a great way to just wind down, play yourself a quick scan. There's a beautiful soft music for the evening scan, and off we don't go out the door. So there's a scan for everyone, whether you're time poor or not. There's absolutely is. And here's the supplement library. Do you want to quickly talk about that, Bex?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I love the supplementation library because it does tell you exactly once you've put it into the scanner, what your body is physically needing right in that moment. So you could scan in your supplements, your essential oils, crystals, homeopathy, vitamins, and much more. The library categorizes and stores the frequency within your scanner. So you only ever have to put it into there once. It indicates which supplements your body is in resonance with to take physically. So as you were mentioning, taking too many vitamins when your system may not need it can overburden the liver and many other aspects of the body, but also too, it's saving you money. If you don't have to be taking something specifically every single day, if your body's not needing it, there's no point in taking it.
No, and we show up better when we don't supplement so much. And I've certainly knocked a lot of mine off. I just listen, I trust, I take what I need when I need to take it, and I'm saving so much money. Kidneys is worse than liver. People think that it's liver, but your kidneys get really affected by taking too many things, right? We don't need to insult the body like that. So that's
but a lot of people do, KJ, sorry to interrupt, but a lot of people are the opposite to this too, where they have all these supplements and they actually get so overwhelmed they don't know what to take. So a lot of the time they won't take anything. And there's ones that I have that I think, I might just not take it all the time, or I forget. But then as soon as it comes up with the scanner, I'm like, okay, I know that I need this today.
Yeah, you can almost feel it, right? I mean, I've actually gone into some liver problems by a practitioner giving me too many things to take, and when I stopped, boom, the liver came down. So exactly. I know this is a lot of information for people. Please please know that it's a lot, but it's really simple. It's a really simple system. And, you know, for a business opportunity as well, just to share it with people who you can help as well get the wellness in that. Everybody gets it. Our team is very supportive. We have a group that Bex has honestly, as Queen, done systems for us that we don't even have to do. It's all done for us. It's all duplicatable, and we just share it. We have these sorts of things that you can bring people onto. We're always there to help and support, regardless of who brought who in. You know, the energy around the team is the energy, right? We are all about energy, frequencies, and vibrations. And so we are attracting and really just growing a team of incredible people that I feel very blessed, to be honest, to be in this space. And so know that if you do want to come on and work with us and share this with people, that you know, it's a beautiful space to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to finish with our disclaimer this evening, please know that the AO Scanner mobile device is not a medical device. It is not used to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. And it is solely for educational purposes only. So that is our disclaimer that we must give to you. But nothing beats experience. So please connect in with the person that invited you to the call this evening. You know, schedule an introductory scan or get some more information on how to, you know, to join us in whatever that looks like for you. We are here to help and love and support you on this journey and to really build our collaborative of like-minded people.
And you know what it's about for us is lifting the vibration of the world.
Yes.
You know, one by one, because we're vibrating a bit low with a lot of things that have gone on. It's all about that frequency and keeping us up into a healthy space. So thank you, Bex, for inviting me on. It's my favorite topic to talk about. I'm very passionate about it, as you can probably tell. And thank you, everybody, for coming and listening. And anybody that you think it might resonate with, just bring them onto one of these calls and get them to have a voice scan. You know, Absolutely. That's what I can't tell you. Just get them to have a voice scan at the very beginning of this. Thanks, Bex.
Pleasure. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.